The default way to split your clips or add an edit is Ctrl+B, but that's not going to work. It's two keys. Ctrl and B are really far apart, and adding an edit or splitting your clips is something that you do all the time. So in this video, we're going to customize our keyboard and get this working much faster. Add, edit, or split clips is one of the first shortcuts that you need to modify here in DaVinci Resolve. So the default shortcut, if you haven't modified anything, is Ctrl+B. And that's going to split your clips or add an edit to those clips wherever your playhead is. So if it's here, Ctrl+B, it's going to split that, cut that right there at the playhead, okay? Same thing, by the way, if you hit Control and backslash. But if you look at your physical keyboard, Control and B are really far away, and that's going to slow you down when it comes to editing. So let's go ahead and fix that. Head up here to DaVinci Resolve and Keyboard Customization. Use this drop down and call up your keyboard if you have one. If you don't have a keyboard, just stick here with DaVinci Resolve. We're going to move this to B. So first I'm going to hit Control and B. I'm going to click Razor. That's the command we're going to change. I'll remove the keystroke and then just hit B on my keyboard. Now B is already assigned to another control, no problem. Go ahead and assign it. You can see we have a conflict there, no problem. Take Control off of here. So turn just B on and click on Blade Edit Mode. Click that and remove this keystroke. And we're going to move this to C. Nothing is on C by default. So then click C. Okay. So what we just moved, by the way, was this razor tool. By default, it's B. Now it's going to be on C. Now, while we're back here, it's a good idea to move one more control, and that is V. So click on V, click select nearest edit point, come down to the highlighted keystroke, click on it and hit A. Go ahead and assign that. And we're going to switch A and V. So then click A, click normal edit mode. Okay. Then click on A and change that to V. Now we'll save if you, if you need to, and go ahead and name your keyboard. I don't need to do this. Instead, I'll just call up my keyboard. All right. Okay, so what did we do? Well, now when I hit B, watch this. Boom, it adds an edit, adds a cut, adds a split, whatever you want to call it, to all of those tracks in the timeline. Now, what if I just want to add an edit to one track? So just this video track, for example. Well, in that case, select it, hit B, and only that track is cut. You can then, of course, edit it here in your normal edit mode, okay? Another thing you could do, I could select, the audio track wherever my playhead is, hit B, it's going to be split or cut right there, okay? Another thing you could do, by the way, is if your auto select track is turned off, then that track won't be affected. So let's come back here to our 4 different tracks. I'll hit B, and you can see where those edits are. They're across our video clips right here and this bottom music clip, and it did not affect this track right here because we had our auto select turned off. Okay, so just keep that in mind as well. All right, so now you can go around and you can add your edits much, much faster with just one key. This also works during playback, for example. So we can add our edits while we're playing back. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, right? Go along here, add your edits as you're playing back. Then just as an example, maybe right here, I can grab this clip, load something else up here, and put my playhead back here, load this up, and just replace that clip, right? It's a quick way to, if you're working with like a music track, you can add your edits real quick like that, and then head in there and replace your clips later on, sort of to the beat, right? And then, of course, move your edit points around, edit things, fix your timing, etc., etc. All right. So that is your add edit with just one key, real quick, real easy. That also comes in handy, by the way, if you use top and tail editing, because a lot of times you'll add your edit, pull your playhead up, and then do your, a top edit, or of course do a tail edit as well. But what else did we modify here? So let's cover this. So now we have moved our razor tool from B. Now it's over to C. So click on C. I get my razor tool and I can add my edits, my cuts on any of the tracks that I want. And we also moved normal edit mode or your arrow tool, and we moved that to V. And if you look at your keyboard, you can see why, because C, V, and B are right next to each other. So if I hit C, I get my razor tool to cut. I need to go back to normal edit mode. Well, I don't want to reach up there to A. That's too far. Just click V. Boom. Right there. Go ahead. Change your timing. Cut things out. Select it. Delete whatever you want to do. So now in your neutral position, you have C, V, and B. So you have your two editing tools that you're going to use the most of, your razor, and then of course your add edit. And then you have your normal editing mode or your selector selection tool, selection mode there on V, and you have play and pause on your space bar. So it's really quick to do a bunch of edits whenever you have your keyboard set up like this. Again, C, back to V, trim that out, come up here, hit B, cut that. Now, if you're using top and tail, it gets even faster. We'll get into that in a separate video, but that is what we have done here. We have given you a one button to add your edit, split all your clips, or of course, again, just select a clip, hit B, and only that clip will be cut. It also works during playback, as we've already seen, and we switched over our razor tool to C. So again, hit C, grab your razor, and then hit V, and then you can go back to your selection tool, your normal editing mode, and make use of all of those cuts that you made with either C or B. All right, so that is how to cut your clips, split your clips, or add an edit, whatever you prefer to call it, with just one key here in DaVinci Resolve.